Okay, we're starting this video out a little different today. I've done a little truck upgrade. I may go over that in another video. I'm going to Windrock here in a couple of weeks, and I got to pull a fifth wheel. And if you remember my old truck, I had the rail system installed. I'm shooting to get this. This is the Ram puck system. And what I'm shooting to do is I got this Reese frame adapter for the Ram pickup, and basically it drops into the puck holes and locks down. This is pretty much how it comes. It's assembled. Basically comes with a few bags of parts, basically your plastic caps. We got a tool and bolts. You can still use the pins, but up to a certain weight you have to use these bolts. And this is the rail adapter, and like I said, I assumed when I ordered this I'd have to put all this together, but it's actually all together. It has two pins there, and there's two pins in this bag. It looks like they've changed the style up a little bit from what I've saw online, but anyway, this is a new style. Looks a little bit easier to get on because you don't have to flip the lock up underneath, which there's not a lot of clearance between that and the bed. Now I've got this in, and it looks like my offsets for the holes are correct. It drops in nicely. What it doesn't do, and what we're going to have to do today, is make some adjustments on how far the little piece that goes down in the puck pulls up, because there's about a ½ inch of slack on this rear. And I'm just going to go over that real quick. But basically what I'm shooting for here, this new truck that I bought, it's basically equipped with everything that I need. All I need to do is buy this adapter bracket, and I'm hoping to use my PullRite hitch. Now, as you can see, if you can tell it from the video, this is a long bed. I don't necessarily need the slider hitch, but I'm going to attempt to use it and see how I like it with this long bed. Now, if I don't, I can always buy just a standard hitch and put in this rail system and get rid of the slider hitch. Anyway, we're going to get to it here. I'm just going to kind of quickly show what they kind of give you for instructions. It looks fairly simple. Basically, there's an adjustment on this piece for aligning it. You know, on a 2D plane, you're wanting it to fall down in the holes. And then there's this piece, which the adjustment for it is how far does it pull up when you swing those arms to lock it in place. And what we're shooting for is no slack in that, where there's just slight resistance on those arms when you close them. That way it holds tight. And I won't be using, my hitch is a 16,000 pound hitch. I won't need these bolts, but I'll keep them in case I ever do upgrade hitches. That's kind of everything that comes in the box. Basically the two extra pins that you need to latch those in. There's actually supposed to be two on each side. And then nuts and bolts. And then there's a wrench. Everything I've said, and I said there was a wrench. This particular part number, and I'm looking for it here on the sheet. Okay, I don't actually see a part number anywhere on it, unless that's it. This is fairly new design. That was made relatively soon, or packaged at least relatively soon. Basically, these are the end caps and the parts bag. I'm assuming what I've seen on YouTube, there's a wrench that will fit that, and I think they used to send it with the hitch, but this one did not come with one. Luckily, we don't have to adjust that, and if we did, I could probably whittle down a wrench to fit that. But all we're going to be doing today, from everyone that I've talked to, said that generally you don't really need to adjust that. They usually come from the factory pre-adjusted for the 2D plane to fit in the holes, and usually the only adjustment you need to do is this piece here. If you look in the diagram, this piece here needs to either go up to tighten, or if it's too tight, when you close this bar, you can actually move this down, and that's basically just by taking out a cotter pin, and I believe it's going to be turning this once that cotter pin's removed. Anyway, I'm going to jump up in the back of the truck. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but this is going to be a lot of pulling this out, putting it back in, doing a test fit, pulling it out, and so forth. I'm not really sure yet. This may be a two-part video, but if this goes relatively quickly, I may go down. It's bad weather. I may go down and we may try to throw the hitch on top of this. Otherwise, this will basically just be a video on just this Reese frame. I purchased this on Amazon Prime. I'll put a link down below. It did get to me in 2 days. It was very convenient. And it does look like a newer model than what I've seen elsewhere with this different design. The old design did not have these 2 pins that you could access from the top easily. Basically what they had is the bar came across and there was a hole in both, and that it went through a hole here. And you had a clip on that pin that needed to go underneath this. And it looked very difficult to get to. Anyway, this design doesn't have that. And it does look like that would be the part number, I guess, 301154. Anyway, I'm going to get to it, and we'll see how this works out. And I've heard some horror stories, and I've heard other people just throw this in and it works. So I'll give you the best I can on my experience. Okay, I'm going to do the best I can here to eliminate some confusion on how this works. Okay, this piece is basically loose in here, and it actually threads into this handle. I was having trouble understanding why they just didn't let you rotate the handle to make the adjustment. And the reason being is it's collared on to here, and this is threaded on. So that should make it a little bit easier to understand how to make this adjustment. So you've got this adjustment, which is how far this stud for this goes up in the handle, which basically you can make it do this or do this. And obviously on this hitch, I mainly got probably a ½ inch of space that I need to pull this in. So basically if we take this cotter pin out, we can screw this a couple of turns up into here, and this will have a tighter fit. Now this bolt controls this movement, so we can move this little puck or pad, kind of move it around in 2D space to fit or drop into the hole that's up on the puck, and I'll give you a shot of that. That's what it looks like. And you want all these to drop in, and then when you actually close these, you kind of want them to be a little bit tight. So they basically engineered this. If you notice, the slot for the cotter is in line with the handle here, which is also in line with this. So that's how they're lining everything up, keeping it lined up, and that's how you have adjustments. So basically you can go a half a turn of adjustment. But anyway, I hope that helps people understand. I didn't understand it. Looking at all the videos online, how this works. There's actually 2 adjustments. One here for your 2D space, you can move that puck around, and then one here, and that's what you take the cotter pin out for, is you're actually tightening this up between this handle and this. And that is a threaded part. I'd always looked at that handle and wondered how that worked. This is slotted, and this piece of the handle is actually threaded. So when you turn that, it's mating surface against here and then against here, or if you've got it down in the puck, it'll probably grab here first. Anyway, I hope that clears up some stuff, and I'm going to get this cotter pin out. They don't look fun. And then I'm going to make some slight adjustments. I'm going to try to do this in less than 3 fittings. In other words, 3 times I'm going to have to carry this over and set it down in those pucks. And hopefully I'll get it right within those 3 adjustments. I'll do a fairly big adjustment on these back ones first, set it in, and then I'll make any finite adjustments that I need in the next 2. May take more, I hope not. This weighs about 88 pounds. It can be done by one person. Don't grab here on these sides. This is much wider. If you'll actually turn your body this way and grab here and here, one person can easily lift this up safely. You know, using your legs, not your back. Anyway, I'm going to get to it, and we'll see what the final result is. All right, it's about 9 o'clock at night. I finally got this thing in. It actually took me about 10 tries to get the frame in. And on the PullRite, I had to unloosen the brackets to get it to drop down in the hole. Again, this is a long wheelbase truck. One thing I'll warn you about, this back bed cover, or bed, tailgate, sorry, it almost contacts the trailer, which my old one didn't. So I'm gonna have to remember to actually put this tailgate up. It only blocks like 2 or 3 inches from hitting. The PullRite ended up being the right location. I'm fairly certain that this hitch is just a slight bit higher. I may have to move my pin box up just a little bit, but I've got about 9 inches of clearance between the bed. I'll know more. It ended up raining and really late at night, and I haven't had a chance to actually pull the camper some more level, but I know that I have the adjustment that I need. But anyway, I'll put a link for the Ram Puck base and the PullRite 2700 series. This is a 16K hitch. Seems to fit just fine on it. Anyway, if you have any questions, or if you have one of these, you know, let me know. I'm interested to see what other setups are. I think on the camper section, I don't know how well this is going to come through on camera, but I think I'm going to have to move the pin box maybe up 1 notch, which is 2 inches, which should equal how much this raised up. Then again, it's really hard to tell here, down here at the shop. It's not exactly level. Whether this is going to you know, the back of the truck squats a little bit, and it's really hard to tell if it's going to sit level or not. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.